Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another movie reaction. This week I have chosen The Lighthouse, starring Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. I know a little bit about this movie. I watched the trailer and thought it looked interesting. It seems a bit cabin feverish. It's about two guys working by themselves in a lighthouse for a period of time, and over time the relationship gets weird in different ways. That's basically all I know about it, what I saw on the trailer. I haven't done any more digging into it other than that, and the fact that I thought it was quite cool that it stars the Green Goblin and Batman. So we've got Green Goblin and the Batman shacked up in a lighthouse for a couple of hours. How can you go wrong? Also, it's filmed in black and white, which is quite interesting, so I dressed accordingly. Along with my very whitish skin tone, I am essentially also in black and white, had it not have been for the blue background and the DVDs to the right of me. My left, your right. Yeah, I was working with you guys there, not being selfish. But yeah, I seem to be like, I don't know, kind of shooting myself in the foot with these choices. I could be picking far more commercial movies, which I'm assuming would reach a wider audience on YouTube quicker. But I just can't help myself with these weird ass picks. I love doing both the Wicker Men, and I'm thoroughly going to enjoy this. There was others on my list which were more commercially popular, but I was like, nah, fuck it. I'm in the mood for The Lighthouse, we're going to The Lighthouse. I believe this movie was quite highly regarded, so I'm assuming it's not a shit show at least, but there is but only one way to find out, so let's check this shit out and see what it's saying to it. From all the shots I saw in the trailer, this looks like an absolute masterclass in how to use black and white to your advantage with cinematography as well. Is this just a weird aspect ratio version I have of this film? Or has it been chosen to be filmed in a narrower aspect ratio? It's quite interesting. One thing I'll say straight away, it looks cold, and trust me, as a Scotsman, we can detect that shit through a screen. Biology dossiers will disagree with that assessment, but trust me, Scottish people have that ability. We are superhuman mutants. So this must be the shift change. That was the two previous guys, they'd probably been through shit as well. Breaking the first rule of acting there, don't look directly into the camera, Robert. You know, when you're used to seeing a wide aspect ratio, it does really make it claustrophobic to cut off those edges like that. You never realise how much you miss them edges until it happens to you. Now I'm like, what's at the edges? What are you hiding from us with your edgeless video? Fucking hell, they could have tidied the place up a bit. Looks like it hasn't been dusted in about 100 years. As a 6'2" tall person, I know the feeling. Okay, straight away something creepy has been found. Is this Lighthouse porno? Little mermaid with titties out. Tell you what, that constant noise would drive me insane.
The surge's role deigned to save our suppliant soul. To 4 weeks.
4 weeks? That doesn't seem like that long.
Against regulations, sir.
Did you?
I did, sir, from them's manual.
Big picture, you were reading, man.
They've both got such old school pirate voices. Shit, well fuck you and your toast, Willem Dafoe.
To 4 weeks.
Well, at least he finished the toast. Oh shit.
The sister needs a look into one of your duties, lad.
Wow, he just let him drink the fucking tainted water, what a dick.
To be mended outside. Do you hear me, lad?
Yes, sir.
Aye, sir.
Yeah, get it Scottish, mate. Get it Scottish.
Well, the roads alternating shifts.
It's their mid-watch. That's the dreadline. My watch. Night to morning.
Well, straight away Willem Dafoe seems like a right bossy prick, not the type of person you'd be wanting giving you orders for 4 weeks in a row. Am I the only one that is finding this constant horn irritating as fuck? Do lighthouses have this? I always thought working on a lighthouse would be cool until that noise. That would have driven me insane day one. I don't want to keep repeating myself throughout this film, so let's just get it out of the way just now. The director and the director of cinematography are doing excellent with these camera shots and shit like that. The framing, the darks and lights, bringing out the black and white, well, it's all done excellently. Robert Pattinson's jealous he doesn't get to go up to the light. Like a jealous moth, Robert. That's what you are. Back in the day, just the resolution of cameras wouldn't have brought out all those white dots along the pebble-dashed shore, but because of camera quality mixed with the black and white, you get all that great depth and lighting that you wouldn't have done with the old school, 1920s cameras, for example. Is that an upturned boat? Some shit is floating toward him. Is he seeing things? Is this real? Okay, yeah, he's obviously seeing things. This is fucking weird.
Tend to him after the cistern. And the last, she needs oil.
He's always got jobs for Robert. Is the leader of the lighthouse allowed to just be a lazy cunt like that? Because if you're working the night shift, you're not having to do any of the maintenance. So he's basically chilling at night. It seems like an unfair split just now, but maybe that's normal. Everything looks like 100 years old in this film as well. That ladder looked like it was about to snap in half. Was that Willem Dafoe having sex with the whole Robert Pattinson found in his bed? Okay, that's fucking weird. How weird is this film gonna get? We've already had a mermaid dream and a bed fuck. I don't want to see no seagull violence. I'm assuming this was filmed at a real lighthouse. Maybe it's all just sets, but it would have been dope if they'd have got the right to film it at an actual lighthouse. Also, Robert Pattinson didn't need to go to the gym to get ready for his Batman role. He just grafted throughout filming this movie and he was ready. I don't know how heavy that actually was, but he made that seem heavy as fuck.
You don't go in there.
Oil's
Tired? Use this next time.
Why is he not letting him go up to see the light? Just to be a prick of a boss?
Aye, sir.
You're too slow. You a dullard?
No, sir.
Fooled me.
What an absolute cunt. At least he made him smile. I think that's the first time he's smiled in this whole film.
I'll find some chark in ye, lad. Now's the time for gab and chatter. Let's be enjoying it.
Where the fuck did Willem Dafoe pluck this accent from? I'm truly curious as to the character study he did to choose this accent.
What made your last keeper leave?
Went mad, he did. Raving about sirens, merfolk, bad omens and the like.
I wonder if Willem Dafoe has already went insane, because he seems pretty insane so far. I couldn't imagine bringing this guy to a city and him having any sort of normal interaction the entire day.
Bad luck to kill a seabird.
More tall tales.
Oh shit, what the fuck? Willem Dafoe is crazy. Robert Pattinson is just trapped on this lighthouse with an insane boss.
Long night ahead. Drop of coffee will do us good.
He is falling apart at the dinner table. Okay. Robert Pattinson having a wank there. The wank man.
I swept them.
Tis begrimed and bedabbled. Unwiped, unwashed, and disdained.
Get some kind of purd out of molesting me.
Come now.
I agree. He gets a kick out of bossing him about, seemingly.
You swab it again, and you swab it proper like this time, and you'll be swabbing it 10 times more after that.
I hope he's getting paid well for this shit. I would have been swimming back to shore day one. Drownage or not, I would accept my fate just to get away from this cunt.
Contradict me again, and I'll dock your wages.
How does this guy get away with being this aggressive?
Swab, dog. Swab.
So he's now just calling him dog. Well, that's very dehumanising of you. Because to be fair, the last guy clearly wasn't swabbing. This place was in a state of disrepair when they arrived. Well, wheelbarrows can't be the easiest thing to move around, you gotta feel for them. Maybe it's misleading as well, but this looks like a miserable shoot for these two actors.
Whitewash must be even, lad. Bright, shining.
Oh fuck, I would not trust him with my life like this. No way, he can get down on that rope with his craziness.
Easy. Never been in better hands.
I don't know about that.
Keep still.
Oh fuck, was that real? Ouch, that looked like a painful landing. He is lucky to be alive. That seagull absolutely hates him. He did strike first, to be fair.
Ephraim Winslow. This last 2 weeks, sir, I'd like it if you'd call me by my name.
So he's Winslow, okay.
Pretty as a picture. Only Jocelyn, lad. Only Josh. Winslow.
Is he lighting his pipe with a big bit of coal? I respect his style.
Timber?
Timber.
Big timber up north. Canada ways.
Hudson Bay outfit.
The same.
What changes you from being interested in that to wanting to go to work at this shithole? I'm still confused as to how he found himself here.
I'm a wiki, and a wiki I is. And I'm damn well wedded to this here light.
A wiki? Was that the name given to those who had to keep the light lit at a lighthouse, I'm assuming?
13 Christmases at sea. Little ones at home. She never forgave it.
I don't think that was the reason, Willem. I think it's because you're a fucking bed-fucking weirdo.
I done every kind of work that can pay a man. Some I ain't near proud of.
Well, surely you regret this job. This can't be the best job you've had yet.
I read someplace that a man could earn $630. I read $1,000 a year. He tends a light far offshore.
What time period is this film set in? If anybody knows that, please comment down below. I'd be curious to see.
Sometime soon I'll raise my own roof. Somewhere up country. With no one to tell me what for.
So he longs for a life, not being under the thumb of someone. Well, he has chosen the wrong job.
Why is it bad luck to kill a gull?
In them's the souls of sailors, what met their maker.
Perhaps Willem Dafoe believes that that seagull was his last first mate that died. Is it a first mate if it's a lighthouse? I'm not sure what the job title of Robert Pattinson's character is. Willem Dafoe doing his lighting well. We went from two Wickermans to the Wiki Man. Still some weird cult shit on an island too. I will say they seem to be getting along a bit better now than they were in the first few days at least. Is he having a wank above him? That's fucking grim. How many times do we need to watch these two jack off during this movie? Oh, thank God it's another dream. I hope it's another dream. Either that or Willem Dafoe is confirmed an octopus man. Hashtag Willem Dafoe octopus man. Stop him at all costs. It's a long hashtag, but necessary. Ah, fuck. Imagine wanting a drink of water and you can't even get a fresh drink of water because of that. At this point, it's like Willem Dafoe is spiking the cistern in order to cause him to start drinking or something. Could also just be a really shitty water supply. Oh, shit. That's fucked up. It's the same seagull as well, with only one eye. Oh my god! Fucking hell! That is the worst cruelty to animals I have ever seen on film. That was absolutely brutal. Oh my god. Oh shit. The seagull army has awoken. I wonder if Willem Dafoe's gonna find out he did that.
Forward slow.
He must have got rid of that seagull, because if Willem Dafoe saw that, he would have flipped his shit. Bad luck to kill a seabird, completely fine to barbecue a crab though.
To relief.
And now.
Oh, so he's actually drinking the alcohol tonight. So is the water thing permanently damaged now? Or did he just not repair it after the dead seagull?
When we arrived at Bedford Docks, them bloomers coming out in flocks, them pretty girls.
Willem Dafoe seems just as happy as Winslow to be getting the fuck off of this place at least. I thought he would be very disappointed to leave. This seems to be his entire life.
You feel shame when you lie with a woman?
I ain't ashamed of nothing.
Nor should you be, my bro.
Thought one night you was bound to split me skull in twain, but you're a good un. Why, you'll be working the lamp in no time.
I would have definitely split his skull in two, and I would have waited till he was awake.
A Christian name.
Thomas.
Okay, so we got Thomas and Winslow. Cool.
To my friend Tom. I'm getting off this goddamn rock.
Why do I get the feeling they are not getting off this rock today? Something's gonna fuck up with the shift change or something. Oh, is that both their toilet pans? Gross. It's the last thing you want to be doing with a hangover. If you throw it into the wind, what the fuck do you expect to happen, Robert? I wonder how they made this safe for the actors to act on, because seaweed rocks and shit are so dangerous and slippy. They must have doctored it so it looked like that. Okay, is he seeing things again? What the fuck? At least he's getting to imagine a bit of breast. Must have been a while for him. At least a month. Oh, it's a mermaid. He has some of the strangest dreams I have ever seen.
What are you splitting your lungs for? You smell of shit. Let's swab this mess before the tender comes.
Wait, so he was awake and he saw that? Was he slowly going insane as predicted because he killed that seagull? I don't fully understand why he would see that. Could also just be the fact he started drinking all the time. They're not getting off this lighthouse. And in that era, would they even know what had went wrong? Or would they just assume that their shift change didn't happen because of the bad weather?
What? The death! got to the provisions!
The damp got to the provisions. Does that mean they're going to be running out of food now as well? No tobacco for these guys. This is a strange film, but it is very interesting.
I've been asking you to ration for weeks now too, but you kept barking at me like a mad dog saying you can take the dory out.
What the fuck? Now I don't know what's real and what isn't. Which one of them is telling the truth?
You're just trying to scare me.
Look at ye, pretending.
This is so confusing right now. I don't know if Willem Dafoe's telling the truth about it having been weeks since they missed their boat, or if it has only been a day and Robert Pattinson is correct. I'm just so confused in general.
Land ho! Here's I, but only grass.
No food and a lot of alcohol is a bad combination.
That's the trouble with you, Winslow.
Trouble with dudes eating grass without no teeth.
That's a good quote. Eating grass with no teeth.
What? 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 What?
This is hilarious.
I want a goddamn steak! If I had a steak, oh boy. A rare, a bloody steak.
The acting in this has been amazing, by the way. I completely buy them as these weird-ass characters.
You fix us for supper.
You're drunk! You won't be saying that.
In kitchen shanty cooks. It was fried donuts 3 times a day.
To be fair, they also get fresh seafood, which must be delicious.
I seen it. You're fond of me lobster. Say it. Say it.
Fucking admit it, Robert. You are fond of his lobster dish.
Hark! Triton! Hark! Hello! Bid our father the Sea King.
This shit is mental. I'm fucking enjoying it. What crazy performances by both of them. Willem Dafoe is certainly channeling something for this role.
His coral tine trident screeches banshee-like in the tempest.
This is incredible. What crazy dialogue as well. I wonder who wrote this. It's very interesting.
To any time, forgotten to any god or devil, forgotten even to the sea.
I mean, is he quoting something here? This is incredibly biblical sounding. Maybe not biblical, but certainly like it's an old poem or something.
All right, have it your way. I like your cooking.
All it took was a mad rant for him to admit it. To think as well that was all over the fact he said he didn't like his cooking, and Willem Dafoe certainly digs his heels in to make a point. The way they are using the lighting there is impressive. Just with lighting and a stare and a little bit of sound, we can see him unravelling. He really wants to go see that light. I thought he was going to use the knife to stab Willem. It's quite harmless, he's just using it to open some doors. Is he going to try and pick his pocket for the lighthouse key? That's some great snore acting by Willem Dafoe as well.
Didn't want to wake you, is all. It's a long night. And such.
He was very tempted to stab him there.
Working apart from folks so long.
You only tolerable when you're drunk.
Get to work, says I. To work.
True though, Willem Dafoe was an absolute dick from the first day he set foot on this lighthouse. So I don't blame Robert Pattinson. Between that and the drinking when he didn't drink before, causing him to be slightly strange. He is certainly getting into his alcohol as well. I wonder if he used to have a problem with it and that's why he stopped drinking to begin with. Is he masturbating over his mermaid doll? This is like the 4th masturbation scene now. Okay, mermaid vagina. Do you have to censor a mermaid vagina? Fictional vagina? Certainly a grey area in censorship, you would think. Okay, so he wasn't doing it on the edge of the lighthouse cliff at least. If I was him, I would just get on a boat and sail for it and see what happened at this point. He is clearly losing his marbles. That was a good stab. He got the mermaid right in the chest. Quite accurate with his little broken bread knife. This is so weirdly shot though, I just don't know what is actually happening and what isn't.
Dance! Dance, Winslow!
And this is the sanest thing I've seen in about the last 10 minutes.
Are you boys to win through here? How we got to the woods last year? Into the sleigh we jumped our boots. These are put in a big boat.
Fucking hell, this movie is insane.
Virgin, if but the sun were a hearty red.
Time for a little slow dancing amongst the madness, getting in touch with the romantic sides. Okay, he was definitely trying to kiss him there. There is some like weird homoerotic undertones to this film, but I don't understand exactly what the dynamic is here.
Thomas taught me.
They're both Thomas. Well, that makes it a bit easier but also more confusing at the same time.
I see what you're fixing to do. You're getting me all
Your
liquored up.
guilty conscience is ever as tiresome boring as any guilty conscience.
Is that what he was trying to do? Get him drunk so he could fuck him?
Tom, just don't be working twist words out of my head.
I ain't.
How does the wiki know about gaslighting? That's a clever fucking joke. Go fuck yourselves.
Oh, I don't trust you at all.
I'm assuming they can't fix the water, because he doesn't seem to have made any effort to after that day with the seagull. So is that just them having to drink alcohol all day? It's a terrible state to do anything, let alone run a lighthouse or stay sane.
I wanted to do him in. I admit I did. Seeing the back of his head.
I'm curious as to why he lied about his name now as well. Was Willem Dafoe right in assuming he was on the run from something? Maybe he's an absolute serial killer.
I stood and he slipped. He shouted up and I just stood there.
So he let his last boss die, and he was considering killing his last boss as well. So this is a problem he has at every job. Not that we don't all get these thoughts from time to time, but to get it in two directly, one after the other jobs, suggests he's got the problem.
Why'd you spill your beans, Tommy? Why'd you spill your beans?
You don't need to ominously chant the question. Why not? It might make him a bit more scared to treat him like shit now that he knows that story. This is surely a dream. Strangest dream he's had yet. Glowing lighthouse eyes. And a ship tattoo on his chest. I don't even know if he has. Finally, this is what he should have done a few weeks ago before he started going completely insane.
Don't leave me!
Oh my god, he's breaking the fucking ship. What a psycho. This is literally the end of The Shining now. He's being chased by a man with an axe.
What's the secret, mischief you're keeping? Up there! Jesus, Mary and Joseph, Tommy.
See now, Willem Dafoe seems like the sane one. And now I don't know who to think is crazier.
Look at your shivering. You're so mad, you know not up from down.
Well, you have been plying him with hard liquor from the second the water thing broke, so you are partially to blame for this. I've got to go back to calling them Willem and Robert now, because there's no point addressing one of them as Thomas. They're both fucking Thomas.
You're probably wandering through a grove of tag alders up north in Canada. Like a maniac talking to yourself.
See, it wouldn't surprise me if this was all in Robert Pattinson's head. It also wouldn't surprise me at all if Willem Dafoe has just completely gaslighted him these last 5 minutes. I'm curious as to see if we will ever find out where the truth is, or if it's just going to play out and show us what it wants to show us and leave us to do all the detective work as to what really happened. I need to stop asking questions and just accept that this is what it is. I think I'll drive myself insane along with them if I ask too many questions. I am curious now that he mentioned it though, if Willem Dafoe is hiding something up in that lighthouse. Oh shit, the storm is getting really bad now. And that actually happened, smashed straight through the downstairs window. That's the living quarters fucked. He had the life jacket on indoors. That's when you know it's a bad storm. Seriously, I'm sure it's just all for camera, but the living conditions and the conditions they had to film in just look so uncomfortable and miserable. Nothing worse when you've not got a lighter. I don't smoke cigarettes now, but I do know the feeling of being lighterless, and it sucks.
I'm tired of your damn fool yarns and your Captain Ahab horse. You sound like a goddamn parody.
He does. He sounds like a parody of a pirate.
Your foul, rotten-toothed, smelly old mouth.
You damn.
I ain't finished yet!
Oh shit. What's mad is, at the start of this film, he was bossing Robert Pattinson about non-stop. Now it seems to be the other way round, and he seems quite intimidated by Robert Pattinson.
Laughing, snoring, and your goddamn farts.
Oh, the emphasis on that word and that accent was golden.
You're a goddamn drunken, horse-shitting, short shit liar. A liar!
These performances are great, like they're just so off the wall, and whenever you try something off the wall, it's very hard to keep it within the realms of non-ridiculousness, and they're making it just off the wall enough that it's unnerving and dreamlike or nightmarish, rather than just ridiculous.
Persistent missing, given to habitual self-abuse in the supply chain.
So he's just been shitting on him through the whole diary.
Without pay.
Severance without pay!
That would have infuriated me finding that as well.
Just let me into that lantern is all. Don't make me beg. Or I'll beg. I'll beg. If that's what you want, I'll beg.
Why is he so desperate to see the light? I don't understand why he's so adamant at this point.
Come to this rock, playing the tough. You make me laugh with your false grum.
So he's just hating on him because he feels like he's not built for this life? I still have zero idea as to what his motive is, even at this point in the movie.
Will you kill me like you done that gull?
I did!
Liar! You murdering dog! 'Twas ye what changed the wind on us.
Oh, so he does know he killed the seagull.
Thomas, you're a dog! A filthy dog! A dog!
To be fair, I guess in this film curses are real because as soon as he killed that seagull, the wind did drastically change instantly. What in the fuck? He is just seeing things left and right now. Again, it makes me question what of this is real and what isn't. And now there's a octopus choking him? That was a strange time to have a hallucination like that. It's like the lighthouse truly is cursed, because nothing severely bad happened until the death of that seagull. I mean, Willem Dafoe was being a cunt, but all hell wasn't breaking loose like it is now.
Bark, I said, bark!
He's making him bark like a dog. Just when I thought this film couldn't get any crazier, here we are.
Come on.
He's walking him like a dog as well. This has just became the most insane shit. Mulholland Drive is having trouble rivaling this for insanity now. I've watched some weird fucking films on this channel, I tell you that. I need to just start watching regular shit again. This is just bizarre.
What?
That was good crawl acting by Willem Dafoe as well. Oh, he's just gonna body him alive. Fucking hell.
And casting them down.
This is just insane. He's still talking madness. I'm not saying this isn't good, but it's really confusing me as to what we saw over the last 20 minutes. What of it was actually taking place and what of it was in different people's minds and...
Want to toil and is ancient.
It's gotta be chocolate. There's no way they'd have done this scene with mud. That's brutal.
Round the globe. Things true.
This is a very realistic getting buried alive scene as well. It's quite unsettling. He's getting the lighthouse keys. Ah, he's desperate to see what's up on this top floor. I thought he was going to save him there. No, he just wants the keys.
The light belongs to me!
What the fuck? Oh shit, well if he wasn't dead before, he definitely is now. Rest in peace Willem Dafoe and your crazy performance of an even crazier character. They cast the right man, that's all I'll say. I can't imagine many actors pulling off that role like Willem Dafoe did it. Interesting way to drink it as well. Nothing is done the normal way in this film. And we are getting to see what he was keeping up in the lighthouse. Will it be anything? What if it's nothing? Also, what are the changeover shift going to think when they do finally get here? Willem Dafoe's had his head caved in with an axe, and he's got a dog leash around his neck. Robert Pattinson's just circling the light like a moth when they arrive. It doesn't look like there is a single thing up there, other than the light. The way they've weirdly distorted his laugh there. Again, nothing in this film is done normally. Of course he fell down the stairs in an absolutely insane way. Why would he walk back down the stairs when he could jump all the way down? Damn. And as Willem Dafoe predicted, he's getting pecked to death by the seagulls. And you would think that's the first time on this channel we've had someone pecked to death by birds. Not true. Got a Tales from the Crypt episode where the cop and the prisoner are out in the desert, handcuffed to one another. Check out my reaction to that on this channel. You'll see another scene like this. It seems to be something I keep running into, birds eating men to death. Maybe I should watch Hitchcock's The Birds next and finally alleviate that demon. This movie was absolutely batshit insane. Okay, and that was The Lighthouse, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, The Lighthouse, what did I think of that? Now, I've watched some mad movies on this channel. I've watched The Wicker Man from the 70s, which is really off-centre and unnerving. I watched Mulholland Drive, which is the most infuriatingly confusing thing I've ever seen in my life. And now I've watched this, which is just like, it's hard to even describe. I mean, the first 30 minutes seemed reasonably normal. He was starting to see things here and there, but basically it was just like, boom, the boss is a dick, he's not enjoying his boss being there. And then they added the twist of the water getting ruined, which caused him to have to drink all day along with Willem Dafoe's character. And I'm assuming that's what led to the rest of the weirdness. That being said, I truly, at this point, I'm questioning what he actually saw and what he did not. And also, if the curse thing is actually real in this film, or if it was a figment of his drunken imagination. Because the second he killed that seagull, everything did turn completely bad, which leads me to believe that this movie is taking the curse from the standpoint that it was actually real, and thus everything else that happened after that could have been a byproduct of that curse. The second half of this movie was actually a lot like The Shining. And I'm not just saying that because it's got a dude chasing a dude with an axe in the final act. It's because of the, what did he see, what was actually there, what wasn't, what parts are him losing his mind, what parts are really the curse, or in The Shining's case, the supernatural. It really makes you question what was his fault and what wasn't. You can't really fault him for things if a curse is making him do it. But if he was just a guy drinking too much and slowly going insane because of the situation, then it obviously all lies on his shoulders. So strange as well, like Willem Dafoe was a really cruel, unfair boss. He wasn't even reasonable but strict. He was straight up fucked up and unfair. But by the end of the film, he was getting walked about like a dog and barking before he was thrown in a grave and seemingly buried alive. I don't even know if that scene with him coming back with an axe is real. He didn't look like he had much dirt on him. So the way the dynamic between the two of them slowly shifted over the movie as well was very noticeable. Robert Pattinson started with a lot of "I saw," abiding by the guy's rules, and by the end of it he was just fucking having none of this shit. The main thing I want to know what actually happened was when Robert Pattinson desperately tried to get off the island in the boat. Was it really him that smashed up his own boat, or was it Willem Dafoe smashing up the boat and trying to gaslight him? I'll never know one way or the other. If you know in the comments exactly what we were supposed to be seeing for real and what we weren't seeing, like if you've done some research, feel free to comment down below and let me know, because I am one confused dude right now regarding who should be held accountable for what they did. As I said during it, this is proof that the use of black and white, when done well, it just brings something unique to cinema still. It doesn't have to be a dated byproduct of an era long gone. Sin City did it as well, and one of my favourite movies of all time, Ed Wood, did it excellently. It was a biopic about Ed Wood in the style of an Ed Wood movie almost. It was a great choice by Tim Burton. Tim Burton's best film as well is Ed Wood. And it was also doing things that, like I said, you couldn't have got away with back in the 30s when there was actual black and white movies because the quality wasn't there. But the fact you got all the little white dots on every light reflection, on every rock on the beach and stuff like that, you can get so much depth within your blacks and whites and greys nowadays that it just all looked so beautifully filmed because of that. It felt incredibly claustrophobic as well, which I'm assuming was due to, it was an interesting choice, to take off that widescreen effect, added to the claustrophobia they must have been feeling as two men in a fucking already narrow lighthouse having to share space with one another and not even getting off the island when they thought they would be. So I really liked that filming choice. It didn't take anything away, but it added to the feeling of just being pressed together, whether they like it or not. When movies are this weird, I find it hard to quantify how highly I enjoyed it. Because I find, not that I feel like everything should be explained to me and every question needs to be answered. Like I always rave about how much I love the Pine Barrens episode of The Sopranos, and we never find out what happens to that Russian, and I'm cool with that. Like, not every question needs to be answered. But when they show you multiple things and never define exactly what you have and haven't seen, it just leaves you in a state of limbo where you're like, well, how should I judge it? Should I judge it from the side of he's imagining all this? Should I judge it from the side of this is a curse? Was it his fault? Was it his fault? And because it leaves me with all these questions, I find it hard to just sit back and reflect on having enjoyed the experience. It's definitely a good film. It's definitely an excellently made film. And I do love the creativeness and uniqueness of the script in and of itself, even though it is, let's not beat around the bush, it is fucking off the wall in places. Certainly an interesting one, let's put it like that. Like, it's one I'd recommend to my friends and I'd be like, you should check out The Lighthouse. And if they ask me what it's like, I would say, it's certainly interesting. Just watch it for yourself and make your own mind up. So that is the same thing I'll say to anybody that hasn't seen it, but I'm assuming everybody who's watching this reaction has already watched The Lighthouse. So please fill me in on some of these questions I have and some of the things I don't know, because I'd love to get answers to some of that shit. All in all, I feel like I've had a better experience with Robert Pattinson as an actor than most people, because I haven't seen a single Twilight, so I don't associate him with that teeny boppery shit a lot of people who grew up watching the Twilight movies will. I just know him from The Batman and The Lighthouse, and from those two performances, he seems like an excellent actor. Also, Willem Dafoe knocked it out of the park in his performance. The accents, the mannerisms, just everything about it just felt like it was a a lighthouse on an alien planet. Nothing seemed normal, it was all off kilter, and it made it all so interesting because of that. Certainly an experience, and I'm pleased that I experienced it. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below, and share this around to anybody you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us in future. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get full-length versions of everything I react to on YouTube. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and the channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.